Let's get into this mock draft time. Mock draft for your mind, huh? That's the time. And here's the situation. It's supposed to be fun. It's a fact-finding mission, and we can't get too serious about it. For those who tuning in for the first time, my name is Law Nation, and we talk about draft. We talk about the Dallas Cowboys and beyond over here. And what I'm going to do is reverse order. Shout out to Inside the Star. They had a wonderful piece talking about players who would fit well with the Dallas Cowboys system and scheme. Let's do the reverse order. We're going to start with the 5 picks. But this is going to be in the 4th round. We got 2 picks in the 3rd. Of course, we got 2 picks in the 4th, but I'm going to start at the bottom end.
5.
Quarterback from Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder. Oh, with the 111 pick, the Dallas Cowboys select. Here's the thing. He is a guy, he's 6'4", 215 pounds. I think he brings a lot to the table as it relates to he can make every deep ball. Got a good arm on him. And he would mirror Dak Prescott. Coming out of college, as of right now, he is a better passer of the ball when Dak Prescott came out of college. So he can make the throws. I like that aspect of it. And he's tall. He's 6'4". He can see over the pocket, and he can maneuver in the pocket. He still got to go through some growing situations. He will be a developmental quarterback. But I'm looking at it like, okay, now the Cowboys will invest in an aspect of a quarterback that's similar to the starting quarterback, if that makes any sense to any of you guys that's listening. Desmond Ridder with the 4th pick in the 2021 draft. I would not get mad at it. Shout out to Desmond. All right, so with the 3rd round, with the 99th overall pick, and this is reverse order, so we can save all of the good stuff at the end.
4.
We got Andre Cisco. As long as he don't release the dragon, we okay. He is a playmaker, a rangy guy. Good range, not great range. I would put him at the free safety role, and we would look at this thing and say, okay, Donovan Wilson, you will be solidified as the strong safety. All you got to do is worry about coming down and feeling and hitting somebody when they not looking, right? That's what I want you to be at. And time from time, maybe occasionally take out the tight end. Nevertheless, the free safety aspect, leave it to Andre Cisco. He led the nation, baby, in INTs. On top of that, coming out of high school, going into college, what have you, the kid was always around the ball. And this is multiple times. This is not just like a fluke situation. 2018, 19, 20-ish before he got his injury. He's always been around the ball, and he take good angles. Now, the problem is with him, he's not that true tackle guy. He can come down and feel. He got the mindset and the mentality to tackle, but it's horrible technique. So if you have any warts or anything like that, you can look at it like that portion of it. Just like even with Desmond Ridder. He can throw the ball. He can throw the deep ball. It's no lack of arm talent. The ball is there, but the placement is kind of off. So that's why when we look at draft products, they're not finished products, especially in the 3rd and 4th round or what have you. But I think that Andre Cisco would be a great asset to this team. And I believe that he will help out this team if we so happen to go out there and pick him up with the 99th pick. Now let's move into our 2nd, 3rd round pick, the 74th pick. I know where you guys get him. Where's the defense? Where can we get some more defense, Law? Well, let me bring in some more defense to the table.
3.
Chaz Surratt. Oh, is he another developmental guy? You can say that. Developmental guy, yes. Used to be a quarterback for the team, and now he switched over to linebacker. So now you got a new person that's trying to learn the position, these sorts of things. But we talked about football IQ. We talked about those things, right? This brother got all of the football IQ as it relates to everybody knows when you playing linebacker, you're supposed to be, especially on defense, the quarterback of the defense. So I'm thinking that if you look at the tape, you turn it on, the kid flies out to the ball. He's around the ball, back pedal. He coverage is pretty good. And when they put him on the edge there, he can come around, squeeze, get there. He's a physical specimen, right? So he will be a playmaker on that part of it, and you don't have to insert him to be the starter day one if the Cowboys still decide to keep it Jalen. If they, of course, LVE will still be here. But just look at it like this. You got a guy that got some unbelievable untapped talent that you can say to yourself, man, in the future, just give him some more reps, and I think that he will be that guy that can make plays. And he's phenomenal as it relates to reading the actual offense and what they're trying to do. I think that Chad Surratt, he will be a threat. And I'm not trying to rhyme, but I think that that will work out for the Dallas Cowboys. And that just goes together. So I like that aspect of it. I like thinking outside of the box. And when you put somebody in like that, it should work if we can just manage to get these little small nuances together. Well, I know a lot of people at this time saying, man, of course, we like those few picks. But what you got for the second round with the 42nd pick? Well, we cannot overlook or oversee this offensive line warts that we got. But I got a dog. I really like his skill set. I really like him even when he came out of the recruit and went over to Alabama land. I just gave it away. Yeah. Alex Leatherwood. Leatherwood got that moxie. He's a ferocious type of guy, good hand placement, quick. I can just see him down the line being a starting left tackle for this particular team. And in a pinch, I think that he brings in all of those nuances. He got that mindset, and you got to reinvest on that offensive line. Let me repeat, you got to reinvest on that offensive line. I'm thinking that, of course, we know for sure that Tyron Smith will never, and I'm not trying to put the man or paint the man into a corner, give us a full season play without being injured, nicked up, and these sorts of things. Why not have an understudy, somebody that can really pick up the game and model and shape themselves after Tyron Smith? And the best piece of it all would be the Alex Leatherwood kid. He's aggressive, and I think that he will fit right into the mold well with this team. And that's not bad. In the second round, you make your investment. That's on that offensive line. And on top of that, if we look at the total body of work with the offense, the wide receivers are there, right? The running backs are already signed in and signed up. Now the quarterback, we talking about this in contentions or with the mindset, if they do decide to keep Ryan Dakota Prescott, you need that offensive line to be there. And of course, everybody know that you got to have this right here. As it relates to running back, you got to have your offensive line, because it's already been a proven theory that this team cannot run the rock without a legitimate offensive line. I digress. We got to look at this team and say, okay, how can we elevate and better our best and make the proper investments to help us out on that offensive front? Now, with the 10th overall pick, the Dallas Cowboys selected in the 2021 draft, they select Caleb Farley. Now, I do know that I'm defensive heavy on this draft, but we need help on defense. And if we go with the philosophy of BPA, if Pitts is there or if Jamar Chase, whoever, I'm just throwing out randoms names, right? I do know that a lot of people are captain trade down. A lot of people like to move down and get multiple picks, but I'm like this. Bird in your hand is better than two in the bush. Can we trade down and get a J.C. Horn, get multiple picks in the second, maybe get an Alex Leatherwood and another Trayvon Moridge, something like that? I don't know. That could absolutely possible happen. But like I said, a bird in your hand is better than two in the bush. And when you can look at this thing and look at it from left to right and say, okay, Caleb, can he come down the field? Yes. Can he tackle right? Yes. Can he cover out in space? Yes. Do he got speed? Yes. Do he got height measurable? Yes. He got all of the things that you want and need out of a cornerback. And just not look at the pick as it being an isolation pick, but look at the pick as being, okay, now we got somebody that can match up well with Diggs right on the opposite side. And if you get a Cisco, maybe, just maybe, you have a better free safety than what we had out of Xavier Woods. And on top of that, you look at the fact that you got a Donovan Wilson who's going to creep in and be that guy and be that enforcer as strong safety, and he don't have to play the free safety role. And when we look at the linebackers, we're just going over all of the picks in this particular mock draft here. You can say to yourself, man, we covered. We got our tackle with the offensive line. We got our 2 cornerbacks when you look at the picture, Diggs, in conjunctions with, my oh my, Caleb Farley. Oh, and you have the Donovan Wilson in conjunctions with the Cisco kid. Now, we do know that there's a movement before the draft called the free agency. So this is subject to change, right? You can have your guy with the free agency. You can pick up some of the things that you need. And then there's the draft, and then there's the post-draft free agency. There you can pick up a few guys from there. So let me know of your thoughts. Let me know how you guys feel about everything on this mock draft. If you like it, let me know. And if you don't like it, create your own, and we'll see from there. But shout out to Inside the Star. Wonderful job that those guys put together on their mock draft. And I thought I can add my few thoughts to everything as relates to those players. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute.